Alissa Peterson, and I am the co-founder and executive director of See Ahead. And we are an organization that supports new technologies and innovators that will have a positive impact on the ocean.
In addition to that brief overview, could you let us know what type of work is performed in your organization? Like, so what do folks do in your group?
At See Ahead specifically, our work is in business development. And so what we do is we provide mentorship and connections and support to innovators in the space. So we currently have over 45 startup members. Probably about half of them are from the New England area, and the other half are from anywhere across the globe, from the Seattle area to the Faroe Islands and the UK right now. So we have a lot of startup members, and what we do with our startup members is we work with them to access the resources that they need. So we connect them with grants that they might be relevant for, with advisors and mentors, and we help to give them exposure in the marketplace so that they can help to raise money. Additionally, we have a couple of programs. And so we have a program called Blue Swell Incubator. And so with Blue Swell, we're going to be able to give $35,000 grants to founders that have a new business that they're looking to commercialize. And we have a 20-week program associated with that incubator. The first cohort of that starts in November 2020, and we're going to be doing that on a yearly basis. So if, when we bring new founders who have company ideas into that, we try to give them all the similar supports plus more that we would give our normal startup members. We also run an angel investor group. And so angel investors are individuals who are have funding that they would like to put to work in new companies. So they're willing to take a lot of risk in return for the idea that some of these companies will grow to be quite large and successful, but knowing that many of them may fail. And so those angel investors are looking to find companies. And so for them, we scour the planet essentially, looking for new opportunities for them to invest in, and we help them to assess and make investments in those companies.
Now, when speaking of employees for See Ahead, what do you look for when hiring? What education or career field skills and what self skills are important as well?
Normally, we would look in either environmental environmental sciences type fields or engineering type fields. The folks that we hire through See Ahead don't need to have any specific set of skills other than the ability to present themselves professionally. I would say the biggest thing I look for is folks who, once trained can anticipate what's needed and go ahead and start doing those things that they know need doing, right? For the most part, we're active in technologies like Word and Outlook and Excel, right? I mean, PowerPoint, right? We're not doing any engineering. We're not doing, for the most part, much science related work. People who are flexible, who want to work as a team, right? This is all team related enterprise, right? So who can work as a team, who can accept feedback, take direction, who are coachable, that kind of thing.
And what is the job outlook for entry-level employees with See Ahead or in this kind of industry, as much as you can predict right now, given the current situation?
So within See Ahead, we are a very small organization. We have 3 full-time employees at the moment, but we hire usually between 2 and 4 interns per semester. So we'll have anywhere between 2 and 4 every semester. We have 3 right now. We have had a great placement of our interns in the space and getting opportunities to work either with companies in related fields or in the innovation sector. And I would say that there is a lot of growth in the blue economy in general. And so we're seeing a lot of hiring, of course, in the offshore wind sector. And the offshore wind sector is growing all across the Eastern Seaboard. And so there'll be opportunities from Maryland through Maine in that industry. And we're also seeing growth in aquaculture as an industry. And we're seeing a variety of just a variety of opportunities, right? Whether it's coming from the support services that support those companies, right? So there's all of those companies need graphic designers, and they need lawyers, and they need social media managers, right? And then they also need folks that are industry specific, who may understand fisheries, or who may understand the regulatory policy structure around something like building a new oyster farm. So there's a lot of different kinds of opportunities that are available in the blue economy, and that in general is a growing space.
Now, thinking about your own path to where you are now, what early positions did you hold in your field or related fields? Did you do any internships? So basically, how have you gotten to where you are now? Let's see ahead.
Yeah, I did internships. I guess I've been working summers at least since I was 16. So my first job actually was with an architect, and I'm from New York City, and my method of getting this internship was that my mom and I went through the entire, like the architects list in, of course I'm older than I look, but there was no easy way to do this back then. And so we went through the yellow pages, and we wrote down the address of every single architect in the yellow pages. And I wrote every one of them a letter saying that I was, a high school, sophomore or whatever it was. And I was looking for a summer job, and I really wanted to be an architect at the time. And would they find any position for me, like whatever. And my job was with Manuel Castedo Architects, and so I got to see, I guess, before I got a hit. But it was a lot of letters, and so that I think is probably a good indicator of the sheer kind of willpower involved in some of the things that have gotten me to where I am now. But my last internship before I got my first full-time job was with an on-site construction company. So I segued from architecture into construction management, and with an on-site construction company at my university. And so they were building a building on campus, and I was able to work with them on site, which was really cool. And then from there, got my first job out of college working for a construction management company in New York. After that, I went to grad school and then worked with 2 startups. So inside in the management team for 2 different startups after that. And we formed See Ahead about 2 years ago.
And just one last question for you. Do you have any advice for current CCRI students looking to join your field, or even come see Ahead?
Sign up for the See Ahead newsletter. We promote a lot, and part of what we try to do is educate people about the blue economy and the innovation space within the blue economy. So if you have an interest in, any of the fields that we would cover, from coastal resilience to offshore wind to aquaculture, fisheries, our newsletter would be a great source of information for them, and they'd hear a lot about a lot of different companies through that. We also have a talent database for anybody who wants to list themselves in there. Our startup members and our corporate sponsors can look at our talent database and just see who's interested in finding jobs in the field. So that could be a way to connect with companies looking for your talents. And then, of course, we have events all the time. So I would welcome, most of them are free. So if anyone who wants to learn more, they're welcome to come to events to learn about the space. We are doing events with Venture Cafe, like District Hall Providence, and we do events with out of our Boston location with CIC as well. So we have a lot of opportunities to engage with folks who are interested in the space. And of course, if we often have internships available, and so if someone's interested in interning, we're always welcome to have them apply.